Well, funny enough, it was actually while I was a consulting engineer that I met Paul Falvey, who came in as this guy who was promoting modular wiring.
I chose to go into the consulting industry then, which was designing basically all the systems. And doing that, I saw that there's definitely going to be there is a better way of doing things.
I did a bit of travel around Australia. The skill comes with you, so you're able to throw your hand to being an electrician over there and seeing how those guys work.
If you're planned in to do an office fit out and bring your leads up to a desk and the floor's not in, it's another delay. The floor will go in and then you'll still be expected to finish the project on time.
There's no two jobs the same. Everything has its own sort of nuance. There's a different team, there's a different install or a different finished look.
No matter what happens on the project, that date's fixed. What we saw was an opportunity to provide a solution that would help with the pressure of that window. While I was an electrician, I went back to college and did a degree in electrical services engineering. The electrical industry is very diverse, so there's so many avenues you can take. Rather than just be on the tools, have a look at what was out there. Did the college degrees, and it just opened up a lot of opportunities.
I sort of wanted to know more about the why and increase the spectrum of what I could get into as a career. There was an appeal to be able to actually implement my own thoughts and my own designs using sort of standards and regulations and stuff like that, obviously, but to put something down on paper and create a specification for a job to actually be installed and costed and all that sort of stuff, and to see that from inception to completion.
Metal basher, doing your first fix, so the conduit, the trunk and the tray, the ladder, it's an art in itself really, doing the bends and the sets. Cableway, somewhere to put your cables. So you spend so much time doing this first fix, and then you have to go back, do your second fix, you have to go back and wire it, and then you have to go back, do your third fix and put your lights and all your other accessories up. So basically with modular wiring, you're cutting out the middle bit. The middle bit's done in a factory, parallel processing. So you're coming to site, you're putting this system in, and then you're coming back only to do your third fix, put up your lights and your final accessories.
I knew that from being on site, on the front line, if you like, that there was a way to design out some of the risk.
The thinking is inside the box. So it's engineered before. There's a lot of engineering that goes into this and a lot of planning that goes into it. So what we want to do is when we hand over that box or that pallet of boxes, we want as much of the thinking as possible to be done.
Well, funny enough, it was actually while I was a consulting engineer that I met Paul Falvey, who came in as this guy who was promoting modular wiring. That probably was the light bulb moment for me, because you're always looking as a consulting engineer. You are always looking for better ways to do things. That just goes with what the guys are doing out there. And this to me was wow, because there's a huge inflation, I suppose, and I would empathise with a lot of consulting engineers. They're expected to be at the forefront and the leading edge of all technology and everything service-wise that has to go into a building. And it's very, very hard. So for this, I suppose, this solution or set of solutions to be put in front of you that sort of adheres to all of the rigorous industry standards, safety, and all of the multitudes of benefits, that something that's going to be done for you.
Yeah, we want to design modularity into the system from the get-go. So work with the consultants and design it in from the start. That's when you get your maximum efficiencies.
Well, I feel as a consulting engineer, we should always be looking for ways to embrace the opportunity to achieve cost savings through modularity in design, especially for repetitive spaces, but also off-site manufacturing, the parallel processing element, which achieves program certainty.
The on-site electricians are preparing, so installing the bracketry for our system to go in. And these two, they're happening in parallel, thereby shortening the program.
I suppose it's a short way to describe that, in essence, we've done all the thinking and put it in a box. So whether that's a distribution box or whether we're actually putting all of our engineering process into a product, into another box to deliver to site, that thinking collectively is inside that box. When you're on the site from the start, when it's a grey box, to when it's your people are getting a tour of this fabulous finished, and you see all the heartache and the pain and the joy, I suppose, sometimes that went into it. You do get a lot of satisfaction out of it.
Pick up the phone, send us an email, just send us your drawings really, and our technical team will get back to you.